Today we're celebrating ASAP's 10th anniversary of prevention in Anderson County. In so doing, we're revealing a new logo and a new brand. While our image might look a little bit different, our mission remains the same. Our coalition of volunteers has been working on a new logo since about January of this year, so it's been a long time coming. The reason we're changing our logo is because we're being encouraged to use person-first language. What that means is getting rid of terms like addiction and abuse and addict. Well, since our old name, Allies for Substance Abuse Prevention, contained that name, now we're making that switch so that we are really thinking about the person instead of the battle that they're fighting to try to reduce the stigma associated with substance use disorder.
Thank you, Michael. My goodness, thank you all so much for being here today. What a special day it is for so many of you, but also for ASAP. So for all of our elected officials who were sworn in this morning and also last week, we want to say congratulations to you. Thanks for taking your time for being here with us. This is a really special moment for ASAP. Most of you know we are celebrating our 10th anniversary providing prevention services for Anderson County. So I want to just get a feel of the folks in the room. If you are one of the founding members of the coalition, would you please raise your hand? If you, yes, Mary's here too. And if you are currently a coalition member, please raise your hand. We also have some board members with us this morning. You guys can raise your hand. Anniversary committee put a lot of effort into this day, as along with not just this event, but I often joke with people, we spent 10 years creating our image and creating these products and the campaigns that we use as a coalition, and we've spent 10 months recreating everything. And so it's been truly a race to the finish. But will the 10th anniversary committee members please raise your hand? Thank you, guys. Last but certainly not least, if you have ever volunteered for any ASAP project, activity, or campaign, please raise your hand. My point is, prevention takes us all, and our campaign, I Am One, really highlights that we all have a special role that we play in prevention for our community. And because of you and because of the amazing network of people and partners that we have in this community, in the past 10 years, this Anderson County has reduced substance use among adolescents by 53.5%, which is notable. It's one of the most significant changes across the entire country that's been measured. I know some of you have heard, so I'll just go ahead and say ASAP was invited to the White House to a meeting with the President last Wednesday in the West Wing to discuss what effective prevention looks like in local communities. And so I was honored to be there to represent all of you and want to say my heartfelt thanks to each of you for the special role that you have played in prevention for this community. ASAP has made a decision to change our name. For 10 years, we've been known as Allies for Substance Abuse Prevention of Anderson County. And our national partners have made a push to encourage us to use what we call person-first language. And so what that means is we're focusing on the person, not on the battle they're facing. And so what that means for us is we're changing the way that we're using language. For example, we're eliminating the use of the term addict, addiction, abuse. And we're replacing those terms with terms like substance use disorder and a person with a substance use disorder or a person in long-term recovery. And the reason we do this is to try to dispel the myths and the stigma associated with substance use disorder. Our coalition really embraced this idea, and as they did, it became apparent to us that we were going to have to change our name. And in changing our name, everything was going to change. So what used to be Allies for Substance Abuse Prevention will now forever hereafter be called ASAP of Anderson. And so now the question that we get is, well, what does that stand for? And the answer is nothing. It stands for
I got a jersey for sale if anybody wants it.
It stands for prevention in our community, and the tagline that we'll be using is Prevention Works. So you'll hear that many times, ASAP of Anderson, Prevention Works. This name change might be a little bit different. Our logo might be different, but our mission remains the same, and that's to reduce and prevent substance misuse among youth and adults in Anderson County. So without further ado, I want to thank first the Chamber for hosting us today and pulling this event together. Also to Food City for donating our cake, to Subway for donating our cookies, and to all of the partners that are in this room. We'll have some new campaigns that are launching, and you'll be able to see the faces of our many partners across the community, so look for those. We all care about what we do. We all care about this community, and so thank you for being part of this unveiling and to help us celebrate our 10th anniversary of providing prevention for this community. So now what you all have all come for, I'll let the board members show you the new logo.
Hang on, Dave. Grab that son. Wow. He's got both. Jessica's got both.
And what's a new logo without a little new swag? So you guys are the first to see it. You're the first to be here. We hope that you will visit the swag table and pick up something to take with you and remember this day and remember prevention and remember that I am one, and that means you are one, who can be part of prevention and part of creating a healthy Anderson County. So thanks again for being here today. We truly appreciate you. Make sure you get some lunch and some drinks, and without anything else, Rick, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Let's give Stephanie and ASAP another great hand. I think it's important to recognize their board and their founding partner. Let's raise your hand again. Everybody was a part of ASAP on the found. Mary, raise it high, Mary. We know them all. All right. You guys, thank you very much. What a great organization. 10-year anniversary. We'll come back for 15 to 20, right? Just
Yes.
to be here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. I have a couple of quick announcements since I've got a crowd gathered.
You're a
I'm the
politician.
chamber and I'm a politician, so I can't lose. Today, all my colleagues on County Commission, we all got sworn in at 10 o'clock this morning. My colleagues on County Commission, if you're not standing, raise your hand. Come on. This morning, we elected a chairman. We elected a new chairman. Chairman Isbell's no longer chairman, but he's not here, but he did a great job chairing us. Now we have Mr. Tracy Wandell as our new chairman of Anderson County Commission. I just want to recognize you. One real quick thing. I have an employee that works for me who's off today because it's his birthday. Okay? But the reason that he's taking his birthday off, he's raising money for the senior center as a part of his birthday celebration. He's going to leave this event and go up and have cake with our seniors. But he's trying to raise $1,000 for the new senior center. So Taylor Martin, raise your hand. I just think
Graduate Youth Ambassador.
there you go. Graduate youth, a little ASAP hook. He is going to be standing at the door with his money bag. You all would like to join, and I'm going to put 20 bucks in so to get him started. So with that, food and drink for everybody. Thank you all.
We don't have the $19.